Hey there and welcome back. Today I'm going to go on with my next tool for you, and this is the sacred study space. You know, a lot of times adults will have a sacred work area. It might be a work area in a garage for tools. It might be a desk area where they're doing their bills, or it might even be a kitchen area where everything is very sacred in terms of cooking. Everything has a place. And a lot of times adults put a lot of thought and intention behind their own spaces. Now, they may be a complete mess and they may know where things are and know how it functions, or they may be really organized, everything in between. It doesn't matter. The fact is that by the time we're adults, a lot of times we know that we need to put a lot of intention behind the places where we need to get our work done, the work that matters to us. Or some adults do work that doesn't matter to them. They've just learned to deal with it. I don't want that for you. I want you to be doing things that matter to you. So with your schoolwork, you need to have a sacred study space. All of my students, I do home visits with my students, and I help them set up and design a sacred study space. And every single one looks different. I'm going to go through some elements of the sacred study space, but I want you to know that you want to design one that is tailored to you and your needs. There's a lot of misconceptions about this, and I'll go into that in a bit. First of all, let me talk about the time that it takes to set up the sacred study space. It's going to take you a while. I recommend really setting aside a half a day. Maybe pick a Sunday and start in the morning. And what you do is you're going to totally revamp your space to make it tailored for you so that you can get done the work that you need to get done as quickly as possible so that you can get back to relaxation, play, quality time with family and friends, the things that you enjoy. So you want to be able to compartmentalize your life so that you can get your schoolwork done and then get on with your life. You don't want to be drawing your schoolwork out so that you have an hour's worth of homework, yet it takes you 4 hours because it lingers and you're not being very focused and it just goes all over the place. So you want to make the environment conducive to getting your stuff done as best you can. So again, it's going to take you a couple hours to set it up, but once you get it set up, it'll only take a little bit of time to maintain it week after week. Now, you're going to have to deal with the resistance. You're not going to want to do this. You're not going to want to spend the time to overhaul everything in your sacred study space, go through every single drawer or whatever and create this place. It's not fun. Unless you really enjoy designing, a lot of times it doesn't seem like something you'll like. But once you get into it and get the ball rolling, you'll start feeling ownership of it and you'll start really knowing how important this is. Now, the next thing is I want to talk about the benefits of a sacred study space. You will spend less time with homework. You will be less distracted. You will get better grades. You'll feel more confident and you'll be more organized. Okay, so those are the main benefits. Not only that, but this skill actually will carry into your future where you will know how to create sacred spaces for whatever your hobbies are, your interests, or whatever your job is when you get older. Now I want to talk about the word sacred. This is a sacred space. You're going to make this a sacred study space, okay? Think about the most important object in your life. Whatever one of your hobbies is or something that's really important to you. You have a system for managing things that are really important to you. You do not want people to mess them up. There's a sense of sacredness to that. Well, you want to do that with your study space. You want it to be sacred. Whatever your study space looks like, you want it to be sacred. You don't want to put laundry on your sacred study space. You don't want to put distractions on your sacred study space. You want to leave it for one thing. That is your space that you know when you need to get down to business and really focus on certain items of homework. You don't have to do everything in the sacred study space, but when you really need to get down to business, you know that that's the place you can go. That's the place that's going to be conducive to you focusing and thinking at your highest level. Now, how do we make this sacred study space? Well, the first thing you need to do is determine where is the best place to put it. Is it in the bedroom? Is it in the basement? Is it in a common area of the house? Sometimes this can be very challenging. Is it at the kitchen table? I have students that have them in all different places. But you really want to find the best place you can think of in the house where you are going to be able to focus without distraction. Again, the point is to get your work done and get back to your life, not to let it be strung out all over the place and interfere with your life, okay? So what you're going to do is find a place that you want to be a sacred place. You may want to buy certain things like a new desk or new computer or new supplies or something like that. And generally what you're going to do is this. Clear away anything and everything from that space and start with a clean slate. Throw away any trash, old papers, old pens that don't work, whatever. Get a clean slate. Start with your desk or table or whatever. You want to have things there that you're going to need. So you're going to want to have all school supplies within reach. You don't want to be studying and then have to go into the kitchen to get something and then go to the office to get something. You want everything within reach. So have one centralized place for your supplies. You're going to want scissors, protractor, compass, pencils, pens, markers, tape, glue, whatever you feel you need, you're going to want it in that place. Then you're going to add certain things to your sacred study space, things that will help you. Perhaps you like a whiteboard. Go buy a whiteboard. Put it on the wall, put it on the desk, whatever you want. Perhaps you like using sticky notes, flashcards. Perhaps you like a cork board. Perhaps you like soft music. Maybe you want to buy speakers for your sacred study space. Maybe you like it silent and you want headphones that are noise canceling for your sacred study space, or little earplugs that you can put in. Perhaps you want no visual distractions, a clean wall. Get all posters and everything off the wall so that you have a clean area that there's nothing visual distracting you. Perhaps colors and pictures and things help you. Perhaps sentimental things help you, a good luck charm or photographs. Get those in your sacred study space. Really think about what kind of environment do you work best in, and that's how you're going to create it. You might also want a sign that says, please don't disturb. You might want to have a discussion with family members about your focus time and that you want to get your stuff done and get back to your life. You might have a discussion with siblings or roommates. You might have to do something with the dog or cat or pet that might be distracting and lock them out of the room. Or you might want them in the room. The point is to think about all these things and really take time to create a space, again, where you can get your stuff done and get it done in a way that optimizes your joy in life. And I know you don't always want to do homework and you're going to have to do things that you don't want to do, but you want to be able to get it done in that space. Now I'll tell you about my sacred study space, my workspace. I have a standing desk that I got locally, and it's electronic, and I can press it and it will raise up to about this high, and I have a computer on it. I have a big screen, and the keyboard's about this height where it automatically comes up to this height, and I have a whiteboard and a cork board to my right. I don't have a wall in front of me. It's sort of an open room in front of the desk. I have a sitting desk behind me, but I can press this desk to go down. And when it goes down, I can sit, and I sit on one of those fit balls as my chair, because standing and sitting on the fit ball both help me focus more. So I know I am more productive with those things. I have a cup with pens, pencils, and scissors in it. I have whiteboard markers on my whiteboard to my right, and every other supply I have in the desk behind me. Paper clips, anything I could possibly need is in the desk behind me. I also have files in the desk behind me. And I keep a lot of sticky notes near me because I use them all the time. So that's my general setup for my sacred study area. I often will wear headphones with no music. If I have music on, I often listen to Baroque or something without lyrics because I focus better with that type of music. But I actually like the muffling and the pressure of the headphones. So that actually helps me when I really have to focus. When I don't really have to focus, it doesn't matter if I have music on or if I have the headphones on. It doesn't really matter. But when I really need to focus, that's usually what I do. So that's kind of what my setup is like. So just really think intentionally what would help you. Now the maintenance, it doesn't take much. Once you get it set up and you've put that much intention into really designing the space, then once every week or two, taking a couple minutes to overhaul it and clean it up and tidy up is all you really need to do. Now, be realistic about this. My students are notoriously unrealistic about what they need. So they might think, oh yeah, I can study with like dubstep music on, and I can really focus when I'm listening to that. You may or may not be able to. I don't know, but just whatever you do, just really be realistic, because you're making an investment in yourself and in your life. So just think, what do I realistically need? How much time do I need? What realistically distracts me? And just have a realistic dialogue with you. And if you use a parent or a good friend or an organized friend to help you, they can help you be honest with yourself. That's not a bad thing. We have trouble being honest with ourselves about some of these things because we want to do what's fun, but sometimes what's fun is not realistic. Finally, try this. Plan a day that you're really going to spend a half day or so to do this. Start off and clear away the slate, and start with a clean slate and a clean desk and nothing there. And go ahead and start organizing it and keep a list of things that you need. So if you decide, oh, I need a new stapler, oh, I hate my 3-hole punch, I want one of those expensive ones because you want that object and that would actually help your workflow. Just think about that and go ahead and try designing it. And what I want you to do is plan that about halfway through, after you've done it for about a half hour, an hour, you're going to go to the store, the office supply store, wherever you want to go, and you're going to get everything you need to complete it. You might be getting folders, new supplies, a whiteboard, whatever you decide to put on your list, and then go back home, eat some food, relax for a little bit, and get back to it. Take all your new supplies and finish creating that space. And really honor that time, that day, or that half day is dedicated to the sacred space that's going to last into your adulthood, that the skills for creating a place for you to do the work that matters to you that skill is going to last you and carry you into the things that are important to you. So with that, I hope this tool helps you. Go try that. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.